Oh, what's good? Give y'all a minute to get in here, if you so choose. I just got to address this real quick because I'm tired of going back and forth with this commenter on YouTube that commented under my page. So it's time to address this once and for all. Nip this shit in the bud, so to speak. Let me pull up her comments or him, her. I don't know. I don't even know who this person was in real life. Atheist Ghostbuster. Yeah, John BX. Yeah, we're gonna address this John BX character. Hot quick. We're gonna address this. Because I'm tired of lies being pushed out here in these YouTube streets in regards to whether or not Ryan Garcia cheated. He did. He cheated. Point blank and period. He violated the NYSAC rules, okay, in regards to usage of certain things. Kelvin Black was good. Man, I ain't seen you in a minute. We're going to address this. We're going to address the liars on the internet. All right? We're going to address this. Kelvin Black was good. So I did a live stream a couple days ago. And the title of that live stream is Devin Haney should rematch proven cheater Ryan Garcia to appease clown ass YouTube midwits. All right. And I meant every word that I said in that title. And under that video, somebody decided to comment, "Would you watch your early morning driving when you're on?" That's what's up. It's all good. So a commenter came under that video to call me out for being emotional, okay, about this whole thing. I'm not emotional. Understand, I'm passionate about this shit. I love boxing. I've been loving boxing and I enjoy it. And there are a lot of people out here perverting the sport with their bullshit, okay? With their hypocrisy, with their caping for cheaters, there's just a lot of nonsense going on in boxing. And one thing that I know that I can address right now to nip this shit in the bud, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna nip this IV shit in the bud. Because again, you have a lot of people out here that are thinking like this person, John BX, because they're hearing these narratives from other boxing YouTubers. And I wouldn't even consider myself a boxing YouTuber. My YouTube channel is about a lot of different shit. It's about truth. It's about freedom. It's about, pushing freedom and pushing all that stuff. It's pushing truth and all that other shit and addressing just the nonsense in general. And because I am passionate about boxing, I like to come on here, especially nowadays, because boxing is just going to shit. And I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So if I could do anything to help steer the ship right, to bring balance back in boxing, that's what I'm going to do. So that's why I'm on here talking about this. I know a lot of the supporters that I have don't know me for this, but I have done boxing videos in the past. So it's not something that I haven't done before. Anyway, so I just want to get into this back and forth I had with this one commenter, okay? And I'm going to read this commenter's comment, the first comment that he left. This is at Atheist Ghostbuster, but their YouTube channel name is John BX, okay? So I'm going to tell you what John BX said. Hit that like button when y'all come up in here, all right? Please, because I would like for this truth to get out. And, we want the algorithm to help spread this far and wide so that people can understand what the truth is and why Ryan Garcia is an unadulterated cheater. Even though now they're saying that Devin Haney's a cheater because Regis Prograis said that he heard that Devin Haney had an IV over a certain percentage beyond what California State Athletic Commission allows, but there's no evidence of that. So, of course, well, Ryan got caught red-handed. Somehow we have to put this off on Devin Haney too. And Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight, that has nothing to do with what Regis Prograis and Devin Haney did, right? So for them to go back, see what they're doing is attacking the straw man. The straw man in this case is, oh, well, we ain't got nothing for them in regards to Ryan Garcia cheating. So we have to imply, sorry for the spittle, we have to imply that Devin Haney cheated during the Regis Prograis fight because Regis Prograis said that he heard Devin Haney had an IV over a certain amount that's not allowed in California. You know, that's called attacking the straw man. That's called chasing red herrings. We're not going to do that. We're going to stick. We're going to stay right here between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. That's what this issue is about. That's what we're going to address today. So anyway, let me tell y'all. So in this video, this live stream the other day, I'm talking about the rehydration. I'm talking about the IV that Ryan Garcia had, and how it's not allowed in the state of New York Athletic Commission. And so this commenter, John BX, with the handle Atheist Ghostbuster in the comments, right? He decided to come on here and say to me, you are factually, this is what he's saying, you are factually incorrect on the IV topic. IV use is strictly prohibited by the NYSAC only after the weigh-in for hydration purposes. The video being used as evidence, he put in quotes, on IV use was filmed by DAZN for the promotional series leading up to the fight. You people need to stick with the factual evidence of cheating, which is the positive PED test. As for the rest, it just makes you sound desperate. Clearly, I'm desperate. I'm desperate because I want a fair and even playing field in the sport of boxing, because people can get hurt if there's not. People can die if there's not. And if you're using performance-enhancing drugs and you're trying to mask it with intravenous IV usage, that's a problem. So I didn't even go all the way in my bag in these comments because you know what? I went in my bag enough, and I was like, you know what? I need to find the actual facts and evidence, and then I need to do a live stream to address it. The truth is out there, X-Files. Now Mouse is on his Facebook saying you're scared to fight him with your list, with my fist. He says he is a weapon. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to quote, just this, the truth is distracting me a little bit. So I'm going to quote one of the best rappers to ever do it, Drag On, okay? Yeah, your body is a weapon, but I got some dum-dum shells to make you run well. You understand what I'm saying? My dum-dum shells are faster than your body. Believe that to retrieve that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about his body. I'm not going to fight him with my fist because I don't have to. I don't want to. I'm not going to give a chomo a fair fight. I'll give people like the clown shoe Lucas a fair fight because he threatened my children, but he's not a chomo. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to give a child molester a fair fight. No, I'm going to do what? They're going to tell me to calm down. Who they think they is? Kids telling me to calm down. Anyway, so no, I'm not going to fight him with my fist. I'm not fighting a child molester. A self-incriminating child molester who pled guilty. Why would I give you a fair fight? Why would I do that? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about it. I don't care. Okay, I don't care what Mighty Mouse says. If I see him and he tries to attack me, it's not going to be a fair fight. I'm not giving him that. I'm sorry. I stay strapped. I stay strapped. I stay bladed. You understand what I'm saying? And if you think that your body is a better weapon than a 45 caliber bullet, 9mm caliber bullet, 5.56, 12 gauge. If you think your body is a better weapon than that, go ahead, use your body. We'll see how that works out for you. If you think your body is better than a sharpened steel blade, try it out and we'll see what happens. Anyway, moving on from that. So this guy, John BX, and I'm going to read his comment again because I went off the track a little bit. We got Fury Usyk tonight. We got I'm gonna have to go with Fury, man. I'm gonna have to go with Fury because if Fury touches Usyk's body, he ain't gonna like that. Anyway, so this guy, John BX, says you are factually incorrect on IV. I hate that term, factually incorrect. What does that mean? A fact can't be incorrect. I don't know what he means. A fact is a fact. Facts aren't incorrect. To say that you're factually incorrect is just stupid. Anyway, he said that IV use is strictly prohibited by the NYSAC only after the weigh-in for hydration purposes. Okay? You want Usyk to win? Well, I mean, Usyk has the capability of winning, but I just think that if Fury touches that body up real good, you know, he's weak in the body. I don't know. Anyway, so I told him. So this was my response. The use of intravenous fluids for hydration prior to an event is not permitted unless the combatant has provided notice to the NYSAC and received written approval. That's what I wrote. And this is directly from the NYSAC document, okay, regarding IV usage. And then I said to him after that, this is from the NYSAC. It says nothing about after the weigh-in. You are incorrect. This is what I said. And I said from VADA, right? Anti-doping rules prohibit intravenous infusions of injections both in competition and out of competition if the volume exceeds 100 milliliters during a 12-hour period. Ryan's bag was well over that amount. And then I told him he was the desperate one, right? And he's like, I clearly said NYSAC and made no mention of WADA because I know their rules of IV use. Their rules do not matter as it pertains to IV topic as they were contracted for anti-doping testing and they have no authority or jurisdiction in this matter, which is bullshit because they signed a contract and they signed for VADA testing. I'm very hydrated. That's why all the spittle's coming. I'm sorry. They signed up for that. So that means that they do have jurisdiction because both fighters agreed to fall under that jurisdiction. But never mind that. He says this falls solely under NYSAC, which is not true. And those are the rules that will be used to educate this topic. That's not true either. Better not to react emotionally because you will often miss the simple details. Who's reacting emotionally? Then, bro, you spit. I know, man. I'm spitting all over the place, man. My bad. And so I said their rules clearly apply as Ryan signed up for VADA testing. You said after the weigh-in. It clearly does not state this. If it was after the weigh-in, it would say not permitted in competition, which is after 12:59 p.m. the night before the weigh-in. That's what in competition is. So right before midnight, before the day of the weigh-in, that is when in competition is. If there were things that were not permitted in competition, but were permitted out of competition, it would say that. It does not say that in regards to IV use at the bottom of the document. Okay, that's clear. Let's clearly understand that. That part of the document. That part is at the bottom, right? The last page. I think it's the 17th page, and that's where it states about the IV usage. But it doesn't say anything about in competition. It says prior. It says cannot be used for hydration prior to the fight. It does not say after the weigh-in. It doesn't say that. Let's understand that. But that we're gonna get back to that. And so basically, this is what I said. He's talking about hydration. I'm like, after the weigh-in, you rehydrate. You rehydrate. You don't hydrate. You rehydrate. And this is important because fighters hydrate during the entire camp, not just after the weigh-in. You understand what I'm saying? Hydration means you just drinking some water, right? You drinking fluids that have water in it. You're hydrating, right? And all that. So, but closer to the fight, you start to drain and dehydrate. That means that you're sucking all the water out of your body. You're not doing that for the goddamn entire camp because you'll die. You can't do that, right? You only want to dehydrate very close to the official weigh-in of the event. So no more than 2 days, because after a couple days, your body starts to shut down if you dehydrate beyond that. And then the third day, you're basically dead. You know what I'm saying? This guy is basically saying fighters don't hydrate. They only hydrate after the weigh-in. That's not true. You understand what I'm saying? You hydrate the entire time. What I'm doing right now, I'm hydrating. I'm drinking something. If you anyway, that's neither here nor there in reality. So he says, I clearly stated they contracted WADA for testing. So now he's moving the goalpost. First, WADA didn't have any jurisdiction with NYSAC. They didn't have any jurisdiction. Now it's for testing. You understand? This is the only rules for which they are bound to. That's not true. When you sign up for WADA, you're agreeing to everything. And in this particular contract, you can sign up to either tell them what your supplements are and all that stuff that you're taking, or you can't, whatever the case may be. But he did. I don't know why he's there, but he's basically saying, oh, he only certain things in VADA applies. He's moving the goalpost to testing now. At first, it was no jurisdiction. Now it's just testing. So which one is it? The two are used interchangeably. He said the idea that you're trying to split hairs on hydration versus rehydration is really hard to believe. How is that splitting hairs? 22 Ronin was good. Did you see the Diddy video where he punched and kicked Cassie? It's a rap for Bad Boy Records. Yeah. His ass needs to get put under the jail. Why in the hell would a fighter be hydrating leading into the fight when he's trying to cut weight? Why would a fighter hydrate leading up to a fight if he's trying to cut weight? That's what he's asking me. Well, a fighter's going to hydrate leading up to a fight if he's trying to cut weight because he doesn't want to die. You understand? If you don't hydrate, you die. You're going to die. Your body will cease to function. So you're going to hydrate. And this is what I tell him. I said, I explained the differences between hydration and rehydration. You rehydrate after you completely drain yourself of all the glycogen stores and all the water in your body. You're down to 4 or 5, 3% body fat, and you rehydrate. That's the difference between hydration and rehydration. Hydration is just, I'm not draining myself right now, but I'm drinking water, I'm drinking Gatorade, I'm taking electrolytes in so I can have the energy to train during camp. Because if you do not do that, you're not going to function. You want to have a good training camp. You want to improve yourself. You want to train properly. You have to be hydrated. I don't understand why he doesn't understand the concept. So anyway, I'm basically telling them that I haven't seen anything from NYSAC that says that they're not going to follow certain rules for VADA that the fighters signed up for. I don't see anywhere where it says, oh, well, we're going to apply the drug testing, but not the IV rule. I haven't seen that. And I keep seeing people talking about, oh, the NYSAC, they don't have to go with the VADA. Where are you talking about? I don't know where they're getting this from. I haven't seen that. So basically, I'm trying to explain to them that if the rule he's basically saying NYSAC is saying that the IV prohibition only applies to after the weigh-in when you begin to rehydrate. But it does not say that in the document. It does not say that. It just says you cannot use an IV for hydration prior to the fight. It doesn't say anything about after the weigh-in. It says to hydrate. That means that at any point, prior to the fight that you're not supposed to use the IV to hydrate. So I don't understand what you don't understand about that. And then he tries to gaslight me, right? He tries to gaslight me by saying you're just lying. I've given you the exact wording in the NYSAC manual, including pages and definitions as stated in the manual, and you are still denying it's there. That never happened. I went through every comment that he posted. I didn't see any reference to any page on any manual. I didn't see any exact wording. I didn't see any of that. So he's telling me that he gave me references to the document so I can go find exactly where he got his information from. But I'm going through his comments and I don't see it. So he's telling me I'm lying about some shit that he never did. You see the gaslighting? This is what they do. So I'm like, wait, what? I've gone over every comment. This is what I said. Wait, what? I'm going over every comment and I have not seen a single page number pointed out. You call me a liar. Under which comment did you reference a page number in the NYSAC rules? I have the PDF document. Where does it say that they will not accept vital rules outside of testing to include IV usage in the NYSAC document? You have not given any references to it. Now you're gaslighting. Haney wanted to pay day and took the big mistake. Okay. Garcia, that doesn't, so what? He didn't know that Ryan Garcia was cheating when he took the fight. Garcia may hurt in the long run. No one will fight him. Well, why would he? Then no one should fight him. No one should trust that motherfucker. Like why would? And you know, I was talking to KO Boxing yesterday about this. I said, why should he give Ryan Garcia any opportunity to run that back? Why should he fight Ryan Garcia again? Why should he give a fuck about what y'all say about Devin Haney not being a warrior? Y'all never respected Devin Haney as a fighter anyway. So why should he fight Ryan Garcia again to get your respect? Y'all don't give a fuck about Devin Haney. Y'all never like Devin Haney. You will not like Devin Haney no matter what he does. If he runs it back, you won't like him. If he doesn't run it back, you won't like him. You're going to find a way to talk shit either way. Even if he comes back and whoop Ryan Garcia's ass, y'all still going to complain about something. Y'all are not going to give him his flowers. So why should I give a fuck? Now, if I was Devin, I wouldn't give a fuck what y'all got to say. I'm never fighting Ryan Garcia again. I don't give a fuck. I don't trust him. And Metro don't trust him. So if Metro don't trust him, I don't trust him. Steve X was good. They really shouldn't. He says they really should not have fought Garcia at all. He didn't drain down like Devin did to 140 and didn't bother to cut 3. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't have fought him either, but Devin wanted to give the people the fight that they wanted to see. Devin Haney wanted to please the fans. And so that's why he took the fight. I wouldn't have, like, hindsight being 2020, I hope Devin understands that these people will never respect him like they should. For whatever reason, they don't like him. They don't like Bill. They want him to get rid of Bill. It's not going to happen. So I would say to Devin, fuck these motherfuckers. Fight the fights you want to fight, how you want to fight them. I wouldn't give a fuck anymore. Like, fuck y'all. I don't care. Golden Boy and Ryan were more clever in negotiating. I mean, they used Haney's desire to please the fans. And that's what they, I mean, yeah. But now, Ryan Garcia is going to have to suffer the consequences. You understand? For what he did. For the cheating. And even so, after the 22nd, we're going to find out what the NYSAC is going to do. So, basically that's it. That's all I have for this guy, right? And so, you know, now I just want to get into what the document says, okay? Because really, I was just hitting them with one sentence in that document. But I'm going to hit you with the other clause in this document that completely just shoots all this shit down. It doesn't, all the shit he said about the VADA this and they don't accept VADA this and VADA that after the weigh-in, before the weigh-in, before your mama's juices flow. None of that matters. You understand? We going to get into the real shit. Bill Haney needs to go at this level, Haney. Needs a little new look. No, that okay. No, Devin Haney just didn't fight the fight he was supposed to fight. I mean, Devin went in there and did what he wanted to do, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. So I'm going to go to two specific clauses in this document. You understand? One is on page 10 of 17 of the New York State Athletic Commission prohibited drug list. That's this right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. This document right here. This document. All right. From the Department of State. New York Department of State Athletic Commission. Let me see. This document right here. It's 17 pages. Now, I'm going to go all the way to, I believe, page 17. All right. This is good enough for me. This is really good enough for me. But there is another clause. No, it's page 16. My bad. No. Oh, page 17. So page 17 of this document, Bobby B says Bill got his son to be undisputed and 2 division champs. Yeah, I mean, Bill don't need to go nowhere. Now, Bill has recruited the help of other trainers during Devin's career. So I did believe that they do need a new look. I do believe that Devin might need to get a strength and conditioning coach in there that can really help him. I feel like, but at the end of the day, Devin's gonna do what he want to do. I don't feel Bill has done great for Devin Haney's career as a trainer, as a promoter, as a father. So I'm not going to say, oh, Bill need to go away. No, I don't think so. Oh, Rachel Donaire is in the building. What's up, Queen Rachel? Hey, salute. I hope you saw my video on MM. Oh, I need to go in there. Oren Kill Bill style. Oh, that's what's up. I will check that out. Go ahead. Post your channel in the chat, please, Rachel, so that they can go check that out. Y'all, this is Rachel. This is Nonito Donaire's wife. Listen, Hall of Famer, undisputed, multi-division champion. You know what I'm saying? Fought Inoue twice. You know what I'm saying? So Rachel Donaire's in the building. She went ahead and dropped her channel. Y'all go ahead and check that out. So I'm going to get into Rachel. I'm going to get into this document. Okay. This is on page 16 of 17 in the New York State Athletic Commission prohibited list. All right. Now it says, no, it's page 17, my bad. Right here. This is the last page of the document. This little clause right here, this sentence right here. This is really just enough for me, you know. But there is another part. Inoue versus Tank need to happen? I don't think so. Anyway, who's gonna go up? Is Inoue gonna go up? Is Tank gonna go down? Like where are they gonna meet at? So it says the use of intravenous fluids for hydration prior to the event is not permitted unless the combatant has provided notice to the New York State Athletic Commission and received written approval. It says it right there. It doesn't say after the weigh-in. It says the use for fluids for hydration prior to the event. Prior to the event. It doesn't say one day prior to the event. It doesn't say after the weigh-in. It just says prior to the event. To me, that's enough, right? So that's enough for me. But I'm going to go into a couple definitions now, right? So these definitions are important. You have non-approved substances prohibited at all times, right? So you got prohibited in competition. I'm going to read the definition of that. And then you have prohibited at all times. These are important. So prohibited in competition means the period commencing just before midnight, 11:59 p.m. on the day before the scheduled weigh-in for a competition in which the athlete is scheduled to compete until the conclusion of the athlete's bout. Okay? I'm going to read that again. Prohibited in competition means the period commencing just before midnight, 11:59 p.m. on the day before scheduled weigh-in for the competition in which athlete is scheduled to compete until the conclusion of the athlete's bout. So that means the day before midnight of the day before the weigh-in. Now, then there's prohibited at all times. Prohibited at all times means the substance or method is prohibited. Substance or method. Method is another key term. Frank Martin might give Tank the business. I hope he does. Shit. I think he has a great chance of doing that. I appreciate that, Rachel. You know, we got to come with the facts. They don't like facts, but I got to come with the facts. All right. Now it says, I'm gonna read that again. Prohibited at all times means the substance or method is prohibited both in and out of competition. In addition to the substances which are prohibited by the New York State health and penal laws, the following prohibited list represents substances and methods. Substances and methods. That's another key term. Substances and methods prohibited by the New York State Athletic Commission. The truth is always good enough. I don't know, man. Everybody has their own truth, right? Everybody has their own truth, but not everybody has the facts. Everyone has their own truth, but facts trumps truth. All right, so now I'm going to go to page 10 of this document. I'm going to go page 10, all right? Page 10, this falls under, actually page 11, my bad. I want y'all to see this. Remember that key term I said, method? Method, remember the key term method? All right, so, and this will show you, we don't even need the vital rules to know that Ryan Garcia cheated with the IV, all right? Now, I don't have the StreamYard thingy where I can share my screen and all that fancy stuff. I do have my little setup over here with my work stuff with the two, but, you know, I don't have a camera or nothing, so I don't have a good camera. I got the laptop camera, so I couldn't really fuck with that. But anyway, I want y'all to see it. If y'all go to this document, go down to page 11, right? Right here. This is the key right here. Prohibited methods. And in parentheses, it says all times. All times, okay? I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if the camera can focus on it. All times, in parentheses, prohibited methods at all times. All right? So let's see. The following are prohibited. And these are some of the methods. All right? Manipulation of blood and blood components. The following are prohibited. The administration or reintroduction of any autologous, allogenic, homologous, or heterologous blood or red blood cells, red blood cell products, or any origin into the circulatory system. So that can include stem cells. Okay. Artificial B. That's under A. B. Artificially enhancing the uptake, transport, or delivery of oxygen. Can't do that. Including but not limited to perfluorochemicals, ephproxyryl SR13 and modified hemoglobin products, hemoglobin blood-based substances, and micro-encapsulated hemoglobin products, excluding supplemental oxygen by inhalation, which means you can use an oxygen machine, whatever. Yes, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into masking agent 22 Ronin. We're going to get into that. Now, it says any form of now, this is important too. C, any form of intravascular manipulation of the blood or blood components by physical or chemical means. Intravascular. What is an IV? An IV is intravascular. Wait, who do we delete? I need to tighten up my vocabulary. I need to tighten up my vocabulary with scientific words that I've never read before out loud. Okay, you're right. You tell me how to pronounce PERFLUOROCEMICALS. Chemicals. Okay, see how I said that better? It took me, I had to say it out loud a couple times, but that's neither here nor there. Perfluorochemicals. Efferproxyral. But, 22 Ronin, Dead Mike's a troller, man. That was a troll. So look, now, what does it say under C? What does it say under C? And if Rachel, I know you got better equipment than me. Maybe you can do a video on this too. I need to check out your video as well. It says any form of intravascular manipulation of blood or blood components by physical or chemical means. An IV is intravascular. Okay? But that's not even the motherfucking shoe that dropped. Jimmy Dackert, you're a swore loser like Haney. Stop crying and take the L. I got to show this. Look. This dude, I'm a swore loser. Hey, look, y'all, I'm a swore loser. Yeah, motherfucker, I lost. Yep, I swore like a loser, yeah. Where y'all coming from? Swore loser? Yep, I show him. I'm a sore loser because I'm exposing the bullshit. Okay? That's fine. We can be that. I'll be that. Now, let's get into dun 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 chemical and physical manipulation. Mind you, this falls under item 7 of the document where it says methods, prohibited methods, all times. Woo, the boogeyman of the Ryan Garcia fandom. Truth and facts. Facts. All right, so now look. Chemical and physical manipulation. The following are prohibited. A, tampering or attempting. See, man, y'all got me fucking up. Oh my God. All right, so look, chemical and physical manipulation. The following are prohibited. A, tampering or attempting to tamper to alter the integrity or validity of samples collected, including but not limited to sample substitution and or adulteration, e.g., addition to proteases to the sample. Okay? Now here's the kicker too. B. Item 7 under chemical and physical manipulation. Prohibited all times. Intravenous infusions. Intravenous infusions. Prohibited methods at all times under chemical and physical manipulation. Intravenous infusions. Prohibited methods at all times under chemical and physical manipulations. Intravenous infusions. Intravenous infusions. And or injections. And or injections. Damn it. And or injections. Chemical and physical manipulations. and or injections, right? Damn it. Well, y'all can always go to the document, but y'all see, and or injections except for those approved in advance by the commission. Intravenous infusions and or injections except for those approved by the commission, okay? In advance. That means before you get the infusion. Prohibited methods, all times. Chemical and physical manipulation, intravenous infusions, and or injections, except for those approved in advance by the commission. So, in this document, this PDF that you can easily download from the Department of State, the New York Department of State Athletic Commission, right? This document, the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC prohibited drug list. It gives you the definition of all times. What is the definition of all times? Means that the substance or method is prohibited both in and out of competition. In addition to substances which are prohibited by New York health and penal laws, the following prohibited list represents substances and methods prohibited by the New York State Athletic Commission. So, tell me about after weigh-in hydration. You can tell me it don't matter. You know why? Because this document that is put out by the New York State Athletic Commission states that you are not to use an intravenous infusion at any time. It's prohibited at all times. Okay? In and out of competition. In and out of competition. It does not say after the weigh-in. It mentions intravenous infusions twice. It mentions it on page 17 as well. The use of intravenous fluids. Now it's talking about fluids. Before it was talking about the method. The method is prohibited at all times. But it's also saying the use of intravenous fluids prior to the event, for hydration prior to the event, is not permitted. Because guess why? You know why it says for hydration? Because you don't just use IVs for hydration. You can use IVs for vitamins, for detoxing. Hell, you can infuse yourself with a diuretic. You can infuse yourself with something to cleanse your blood. IVs are not just for hydration, but it mentions that in here to make sure that you don't try to find a loophole. Okay? This is to prevent a loophole. You can't use it for chemical or physical manipulation, and you can't use it for hydration. And we don't know what was in that bag that Ryan Garcia had. That's why they covered the base twice. You understand? For hydration, because you don't only use IVs for hydration. IVs are just, if you're using IVs for hydration, it's just like because I had it done when I was in the military. When I was in the Army, I was fucking drinking a shitload of coffee. I was watching an ammo post. So an ammunition depot. I was in South Korea, and we're off base, but we have an ammunition depot close to the DMZ, and I had to watch over it, and it was an overnight shift. So basically, I was trying to stay my ass up, because if you get caught sleeping, you assed out. So what did I do? I drank a shitload of coffee. I use a coffee concentrate. They give you these little bottles of coffee concentrate, and that shit is hella concentrated. And I was just boop, boop, boop. And my ass first of all, it was like below, it was snowing like a motherfucker. And it was damn near below zero. And my ass got real hot And guess what? I ended up going to the hospital because I was dehydrated because I was pissing and drinking. And I was not replenishing with regular water. I was just drinking coffee. And my ass went to the hospital. I had to get an IV drip. And it was just a saline solution for hydration. Rachel on there says, Freedom, can you read the last paragraph on that doc for a dead mic? What is he talking about? Read slowly, big dog. The last paragraph? Okay, for sure. I got you. The last paragraph about the IV use. It says the use of intravenous fluids for hydration prior to the event is not permitted unless the combatant has provided notice to the New York State Athletic Commission and received written approval. The whole doc? Wait. You want me to read the whole document? No, that's gonna take too long. I gotta take my kids bowling. About to go bowling with my kids. But I mean, this is a great document to read. The end of the whole doc. Oh, okay. All right. So if you go to the bottom, so this is the last, right? This is the last list, and this is prohibited in competition. So these are things that you can that are prohibited prior to the fight, right? So midnight the day before the weigh-in. So you have until 11:59 the day before the weigh-in to use these things. After that, you can't use this stuff. So after you go through all that, and these are just talking about glucocorticoids, okay? They're prohibited in competition. And also it says, note, other routes of administration, including inhaled and topical, dental, intracanal, dermal, intranasal, is different methods of doing this are not prohibited when used within the manufacturer's licensed doses of therapeutic indications. Now that's the end, right? So these things, this is the end of all the the list that they give you. All right, the list of methods and substances, okay, that are prohibited. And then it says the New York State Athletic Commission does not recognize a therapeutic use exemption for testosterone replacement therapy. So that's not even allowed. So TRT is not allowed. That's what it's saying. Combatants are not to use any drugs, medications, and supplements between the time of the weigh-in physical and the conclusion of the combative sport event unless the combatant has provided notice to the New York State Athletic Commission and received written approval. Okay? And then it says, now it's saying that about that's when it talks about the weigh-in. When it's talking about the drugs and medications, that's after the weigh-in. So that's not even in competition. So in competition means the day up to midnight, the day after midnight. No, the day, my bad. The day before weigh-in up to 11:59 p.m. All right, so before the weigh-in. So now we're talking about the use of any drugs, medications, supplements between the time of the weigh-in physical. So that means after the weigh-in physical and the conclusion of the combative sport event, unless the combatant has provided notice to the New York State Athletic Commission. All right, so that means that after the weigh-in, you cannot use any medication, you can't use drugs, you can't use supplements, you cannot use anything. You can't do anything but drink water and electrolytes and eat some food. That's it. You're not allowed to take supplements. You're not allowed to take any drugs. You're not allowed, including marijuana. No marijuana, no medications, no supplements between the time of the weigh-in and the conclusion of the combative sport event, unless the combatant has provided notice to the New York State Athletic Commission and received written approval. That is a separate clause and a separate sentence. That's a separate clause and a separate sentence from this new sentence right here. You got a new clause, a new sentence, a new paragraph, separate. The use of intravenous fluids for hydration prior to the event is not permitted unless the combatant has provided written notice to the New York State Athletic Commission and received written approval. It doesn't say anything about after the weigh-in. It doesn't say anything about in competition. And it already prohibits the use, the method of intravenous infusions. It prohibits that already. So you are not to use intravenous infusions or injections except for those approved in advance by the commission. And it further goes on to explain that you cannot use it for hydration prior to the event. So these are, I feel like I just took a science class now. My head is bumping. Hey, sometimes you got to educate. Sometimes you got to educate, because what they're going to do is they're going to cherry pick and make things sound like they want them to sound. And then they're going to gaslight you and try to make it seem like you the nutbag, like you the one lying. This dude told me I was lying, and that he showed me the document, showed me where to find it, and he did no such thing. You understand what I'm saying? These people are just comfortable with lying to you and not showing any proof. They're just begging the question the whole time, right? That begging the question just simply means that they're stating something as fact without providing any evidence. I'm not begging the question. I'm showing you the evidence. I'm telling you something that is fact, and I'm giving you the proof. I'm not begging the question. I'm not saying, oh, it's this and that. And I'm not doing that. I'm showing you right here in black and white what it is. So you cannot gaslight me. You cannot tell me anything. Who he blew up the whole process? Of course he did. I mean, because they don't care. You understand what I'm saying? So the best way to deal with these type of people is to show them all the evidence, give them all the facts, right? And if they still continue to deny what the facts for what they are, that's on them. And it shows them for who they truly are, right? It shows them to be the citizens of idiocracy, okay? They are the citizens of idiocracy. If you go into this document, as I showed you, and I read it verbatim multiple times, that intravenous infusions, injections are not permitted. The use of intravenous fluid for hydration is not, prior to the event, is not permitted. You show them that in black and white, and they still deny it, and they still act like, oh, well, no, it's not like that. Yeah, that's not what it is. There's nothing you can do. They stuck on stupid. If they want to be stuck on stupid, all you can do is do your best to show, hey, you did your due diligence and you showed them what it is. And if they still want to stand on a square, which is no longer a square because, well, it is a square, right? But they're trying to stick that square in they're trying to stick that goddamn square peg in a round hole is what they're trying to do. So that's all you can do is give them the facts. And then what, you know what they're going to tell you? After that, after you show them the facts that they cannot deny, they're going to say, oh, you're not a doctor. You need to shut the fuck up. Ain't that right, Rachel? That's what they tell you. Once you show them the facts and they can't dispute or refute them, all they going to do is say they're going to appeal to authority and tell you that you ain't no doctor. You need to shut the fuck up. That's how you know they lost. They lost when they appealed to the authority and they launched ad hominem attacks like they did against Rachel. That's what they did. And that's when they go off to show all your little private text messages and all this other shit, which that's a whole nother ball of wax. But it is what it is. The last sentence on document. Okay, last sentence says NYSAC rules purport to provide the athlete a right to a fair hearing in case of a positive test, adverse analytical finding. The burden is on the athlete to come forward with evidence that rebuts the presumption of doping. What does that say? Rachel, Rachel, that's why you the shit. Why does it say that? What does it say? NYC rules purport to provide the athlete a right to a fair hearing in case of a positive test, adverse analytical finding. The burden is on the athlete to come forward with evidence that rebuts the presumption of doping. That means that you're guilty until proven innocent. When you decide that you want to fight in the state of New York under their rules, guess what? If you get a positive adverse finding, you have to prove your innocence. Because why? Well, because the positive test/adverse analytical finding has proven that you were on something. And guess what? When they open that B sample and they test it and it comes back positive, the burden is on them doubly so. They have to show, well, this is what happened. They have to prove it. And guess what? The burden is on the athlete to come forward with the evidence that rebuts the presumption of doping. And I'm glad you pointed that out, Rich. There's another clause in here. There's another such other thing in here. The first paragraph, right? The first paragraph, this is very important. And this must be understood. And this is why I did that live stream where I said that the casuals, right? And I'm not the best boxing analytical motherfucker, right? I'm not. But I'm not a casual though, right? There are people out there like BFTB and others, Rachel Donaire. She's definitely much more versed. If you want to know more about boxing and everything that surrounds it, contracts, all that stuff, she has a lot more knowledge than I do, right? And I do plan on, because I love boxing so much, I love Muay Thai so much, I do plan on doing a lot more research into that and becoming more well-versed in it so that I can do my own thing, right? Start another channel about it because I'm so passionate about it. But anyway, this is why I did that video where I said the casuals are going to they're not caring about Ryan Garcia getting caught doping is why more fighters can die from in the boxing ring and outside the boxing ring as a result. And in the first paragraph of the document states that. It states why. And this is something that's very important. These fighters are getting in this ring and they're putting their lives in danger without the doping. All right. Imagine a motherfucker doping, using performance-enhancing drugs. I mean, you're putting yourself in much more danger. It says the use of illicit substances and performance-enhancing drugs present a grave and growing threat to the integrity of athletic competition within combat sports industry. Doping in combat sports is a serious offense. Doping by combat sport athletes threatens not only their health and the fairness to competitors, but also the health and safety of the opponent and the integrity of the sport itself. Intentionally doping is cheating. The use of illicit substances and PEDs in professional combat sports is strictly prohibited by the New York State Athletic Commission. To deter and combat illicit substance and PED use in the professional combat sports, the commission shall seek administrative license revocation, medical suspension, purse forfeiture, and additional fines in any instance in which the professional combatant engages in doping and or illicit drug use. All combatants appearing in New York are required to undergo mandatory drug testing for both illicit and unlawful substances. And that's what it is. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you are putting people in danger. Dead Mike, it was an ashwagandha. We going back to the ashwagandha? Do you see this? Why are we going back to ashwagandha? Gaia, the people that made the ashwagandha that Ryan Garcia tried to use, already came out and said, look here, pimping, it ain't in there. Why are you going back to the ashwagandha? See, this is the moving. Come on, man. Come on. Dead Mike, that wasn't listed on his disclosure the day of the administration of the test that he was taking. He can't throw his whole medicine cabinet at them. He can't. He can only use the substances that he told the administration that he was using. He can't use anything beyond that. First of all, this is desperate. See, Ryan Garcia backed off the whole ashwagandha thing weeks ago. Why are you still on it? Why are we back to the ashwagandha now? What does the ashwagandha have to do with intravenous IV usage? What does that have to do with the IV? You see, we're attacking the straw man again. We're talking about the IV right now. And Ryan Garcia, he backed off the ashwagandha stick. When Guy came at him and said, look here, don't be putting us on that. Anyway, guys, I get out of here, man. This has been fun. So, much love to y'all. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thanks to all the supporters and trolls out there that came in. Dead Mike, man, come on, man. You know better. I'm just saying tainted supplement is a real problem. And what if they don't find tainted supplements that Ryan Garcia used? Then what? Come on, man, miss me with that. Bobby B says, fans rationalizing this like a half-pregnant thing. It's crazy. All right, guys, much love, like, share, subscribe, and we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. And that's just what it is, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Make sure y'all download this document, okay, and read it. I mean, there's some good shit in there, right? Anyway, peace out. I'm going to take my kids bowling, and I love you guys. Hit that like button if y'all come in through the replay, and peace out.